Girls don't like dudes who, you feel me, breath stink and teeth yellow.
I just told her, play on my face. Whenever we fuck, keep my hands on the waist. When I'm giving out game, niggas copy and paste. Every day like my birthday, I run up some cake. I put on for my niggas, I see why they hate. Only fucking these bitches, ain't doing no day. She can know where I live, take her back to a place. And my whole European, she not from the States.
You are now, tuned into another episode of the Intrusive Thoughts podcast, where we explore the minds of creatives. Today is a very special episode. I have with me Lil Cuzzy, twin Kiara. What's up, Kiara? Hey. You can tell the chat a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do.
My name is Kiara. I'm a student here. That's it.
Now, for those of you who didn't know, Kiara and I went to Lincoln together, where the Intrusive Thoughts, world kind of took form, whatever you want to call it. It started there. Like, what can you remember from, those days of how Intrusive Thoughts first started?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so when we shot the first episode at Lincoln, how was that? What was the vibe? What was the atmosphere like? How did that conversation go?
It was calm.
Like,
I got older.
It was calm, wasn't it? Okay.
And I just, matured mentally, so.
So you saying becoming older, you become more wise about certain situations?
Not just that. I mean, from how I was then, I just knew I had to change, so.
For sure.
It was after time went on, it was just progressing more.
For sure. Now, if you don't, mind is asking, the reason why you left, did you feel like that was more so personal? Did you do it for sports? Like, why did you leave Lincoln?
It was more so for sports.
Okay.
Personal, I wouldn't say I let, too much that happened to me personally determined me transferring.
Okay. Okay.
It was more so just sports.
Okay. So with that, Intrusive Thoughts, we like to explore the minds of creatives. And I really wanted to bring you on the podcast, not only because, you was a part of the birth of Intrusive Thoughts, but because of the things that you post. I like to consider myself a view enthusiast, so if you know what that is.
Wait.
I just love views, okay? Mm-hmm. The aesthetic, things that are aesthetically pleasing. And I feel like, I don't know if your posts are calculated. Again, we would never notice. But looking at your posts, not only from close friends, regular posts, not only from Finsta, but from your regular Instagram, it's just the vibe. It fits a certain aesthetic. Are you comfortable with talking us through how you go about posting on Instagram?
Yeah. I don't really post too much, personal stuff anymore.
Why is that?
I've learned that people always just have something to say. And people do judge you based off of social media, so I don't really care what people think of me, but the image that you put on social media is the image that people run with.
That's for sure.
So people who don't know you in real life will judge you based off your social media.
Perfect.
And yeah,
See
I'll just end it with that.
You see, I'm glad that you said that, because now, since we know each other, not just through social media, what can you say about me and vice versa? I'm going to answer some questions about you versus what do you see on social media versus what do you see in real life?
With you? Mm-hmm. You're just the same person.
You think so?
Yeah, I do think so, because you don't really post that much. And when you do, it's always about you. Your music, your Sigma stuff. It's always about you, personal stuff. It's never nothing crazy.
Okay, I love that. And that's where I guess I can do my part answering the question, what do I see social media, Kiara, versus in real life? Girl meets world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like you in your own world. What that world is, I'm not sure. Only you're going to know the answer to that. Of course, I could give my perception, but I'm not going to falsely give that idea of what I think. What I do, or what I can say is, like I said, girl meets world. It's like a girl in her own world, figuring things out, living how she wants to live. I got to get out the habit of, on my social media platforms, because again, they're my social media platforms. I still try to cater to an audience at the end of the day. So I may make a post. I do it all the time. I'll try to make a post. I'll be like, nah, this is not, I don't like how it's going to, how my audience is going to be receptive to it. I don't know if you do the same thing with things that you post, or it's just I'm going to post whatever I want regardless.
No, it's I'm going to post whatever I want.
Okay. Even if you do post something out of the ordinary, it's not out of the ordinary. It's like everything that you post fits
me. Yes, it just fits me,
sure.
My life and my vibe.
For sure.
If I post something that's out of the ordinary, it just fits me still.
For sure. For sure.
I don't post anything that doesn't relate to me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. I think what I like most about your posts, which you probably already know when you post your little brother.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know what it is. He just has a certain aura around him, and it's not just me who comments on it. You can see it's other people that
Everybody
make visible
loves
comments on
him.
it.
Everybody loves him.
So what does he add to the Thugger K Finsta? What does he add for the Kiara Marie, Instagram pages?
He's someone that's very important in my life. So I feel like when I post him, I don't really post anything too intimate or like anything too deeply involved in my life, but I just feel like posting him is just something like,
for sure.
I just love doing it because I just love him. So
okay, I love that it comes from the fact that I don't have brothers and sisters, like, well, biologically. So when I do meet people, when I do, create these new relationships, I hold on to them and I try to make the most out of them. So when people, see me and they go by what they see on social media, it's kind of like you guys are getting it. But then again, it's really not for the audience to understand, which is going to transition us into the next part of this social media thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you post on the story, why didn't you make it a main post that's going to stay up there? Like, why is it only a 24-hour, post that you're making?
I kind of live my life like out the way now.
Okay.
So I don't really like to have anything up there for long.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like I can do that off the media. That's why I don't have to post too much. Like, not everybody needs to know my every single move.
For sure. And I think you posting Lincoln Kiara stuff was more like, oh, here she goes. She just doing anything outside. Cool. Now it's more so, it's like progressive. It's you being the big sister, taking on that role of responsibility. Yeah. It's you in school, getting up. You have 8 a.m.s almost like every day, it seems like. You getting up every morning. Now you being a softball. Like, everything that you're posting and doing, it connects to you in a sense of Girl Meets World. You're doing it unapologetically, being you, which I appreciate. So we're giving you your flowers on the Intrusive podcast while you're here. I do want to know next steps for you regarding your brand. What I mean by that is Kiara is essentially a brand. Every time you go out, every time that you post, you're essentially marketing yourself as you. Yeah. So what's next in that aspect for you?
I feel like right now I'm learning to just focus on the moment instead of thinking too deep into my future. I feel like that's what messed me up. Like, prior, I was thinking too much long term instead of just trying to figure things out in the moment. Okay. So right now I'm just in the moment. Well, now when I go out, I try to stay less on my phone. Like, I'll take my pictures and then that'll be it. I'll just stay off my phone. I feel like my phone distracts me a lot.
For sure.
Like, even when I wake up, I'm learning to now, like, don't grab my phone first. Like,
okay. So what advice do you have for me? Because I, for some reason, struggle. Like, if I don't get the right picture that I like, I will stand in the same spot trying to get different angles. Like, I'm trying to get the correct picture that I want to post.
The only thing I can say for you is that I live in the mindset of, like, you only live once. Like, once time goes on, we're not going to have these phones. We're not going to have none of this. So,
For sure.
As long as your eyes seen it, like, yourself, then that's all it has to be.
Now, there is a saying there's no such thing as bad publicity. Do you agree?
No. When you go on social media, you see, like, some crazy stuff, and it'll be from the person themselves. So I feel like that itself is bad publicity because, as you said, you yourself, you're a brand for yourself. For sure. So when you're on social media posting wild stuff, that's all people are going to think of you. Like, they'll see you in public. You might not act the same way you act on social media, but since they've seen you on social media like that, that's all they're going to think about when they see you. So, like,
God forbid you check your phone right now. There's something on social media that you don't like, but it's of you, of course. And we're not talking about anything nasty. You perverted, nasty minds out there. Anything that you deem is bad publicity, but it happens to you. How do you handle that?
I really don't care what people think of me. So when stuff like that, or if something like that ever happens to me, I'll just take it to the chin, honestly.
Just take it to the chin.
You just got to
play around.
Like, I feel like the old me would have, like,
for sure,
entertained it,
100%.
Violated whoever.
100%.
But I feel like now it's like that's the character flaw within yourself that you feel like you got to post something bad about me.
So you wouldn't sub anybody on social media?
That's what I'm saying. I've done stuff like that, like, and I'm still working on stuff like that now. But I'll never come on social media and post crazy stuff of someone else or, like, be direct if, like, I'm subbing anybody. Okay. It'll just be, like, little stupid posts, nothing crazy, but never anything crazy. So if I don't do that to somebody else, I would definitely feel disrespected if somebody did that to me. Because I don't go on social media doing stuff like that to people.
Have you ever thought about, going into, I guess, PR, A&R, like just you running a social media account or different types of social media action for somebody else, maybe a company, somebody?
Since I am really into softball, I was thinking about it. Just like, since I am a coach, I was thinking about making a account for the team and stuff like that. Stuff like that, which is simple to me, but like nothing crazy out of the ordinary.
Now, how would you say you can use social media towards your advantage?
I feel like there's a good and bad to social media. Like, there's a lot you can gain from social media, and there's a lot you can lose from social media. I just feel like if you use it in the right way, then you'll get the right stuff back.
So you're saying there is a right way to use social media?
Yeah, like to promote who you are, promote your stuff. Like, It just depends who you are and what you bring to the table. For me, bad social media is like those accounts that be cyberbullying people, or like...
For sure.
Stuff like that is just bad social media. Or like just messy stuff to me now is bad social media.
Okay. So you being a woman of your own, what gives you the ick that you see guys post? Because I have, me being a man of my own, other guys, they're my peers. You know what I'm saying? Like around my age group. But they do certain things on social media where it's just like, I would never do that. But then again, I get in that, okay, I'm judging, let me relax. But it's still, I just can't help. Like, I would never post that. And it just drives me like, yo, why are you still posting that?
Yeah.
But again, I'm not going to say anything. If that's what you want to post, that's how you want to run your social media, be my guest. But what do you see from other guys? And it doesn't have to be guys, too. It could be girls, too. What do you see that gives you the ick on social media?
This is when people post too much, like, into their personal life. And then they get mad when people have something to say about them. Like, if you don't give people room to talk about you, they literally won't. Does that make sense?
Nah, that's true.
I'm saying it straight up. Like, if you don't post anything about your life on social media, nobody will have room to talk about you. Or nobody will even know anything about you. But I follow a lot of people who will post every little thing in their life and then get mad when people have something to say.
I do feel like conversations like these are, in a sense, a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So, like, meaning, I agree with you 100%. But it's like, when do the gloves come off?
Yeah.
When do you play dirty? When do the rules that we follow for ourselves on social media become outlaws? Somebody slides up and is talking the absolute hottest mess about your brother.
I'm going to block them.
It's just a block.
Yeah,
nothing else, just a
yes,
block.
that's what I'm saying. The old me would have violated, but the me now is like, that's a character flaw within yourself that you're talking about a little boy. Like, you need to seek help yourself. I don't need to entertain somebody like that. That's nothing but the devil trying to get me. So I don't pay attention to stuff like that anymore. It would just be a literal block.
Because you have a lot of great takes, and I'm glad that, we have you on the podcast so you can share these takes. I had a class, media psychology, last semester, and a lot of the discussion was about technology and its negatives and its being bad. But my argument was, it's just like anything else. Too much of it, of course, is going to be bad, but you got to know how to use it.
Yeah.
Do you think that the curriculum in schools, they should start adding, I guess, social media classes to help you, what to post, what not to post, how to manage? Or you think that's something that's just you're going to have to figure out on your own by doing it?
I feel like with the way social media is now, like, there's little girls who have Instagram. There's little kids who have Instagram, TikTok. The way that social media has impacted everyone now, I feel like it's too late for them to implement that in school.
Okay.
Because kids literally be on social media young, so... It's like, at what age do you even feel like you need to teach them? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And it also starts at home. Like,
it does.
It starts at home. And even when I'm at home, I always tell my siblings, like, your iPad and your phones is not allowed in my room. Because the way these kids act on the iPads and the phones, they're like zombies. They won't even talk back to you if they're on their iPads or their phones. So I say it starts at home.
The different things in the class. I had to break up a fight last Friday.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's whatever. The girl looked at me. She said, "Mister, I could do what I want. I'm a young hoe." I just put my head, like, I didn't even know how to respond, like.
And these are kids. That's what I'm saying. It starts at home, like.
How? But I'm just confused because every day I be thinking I'm ready, but I'm not ready. Of course,
I would say it starts at home because, like, parents will literally give their kids, from babies, give their kids an iPad just to shut them up.
For sure.
I feel like that's not like when I have kids, that's not the route that I want to take. A lot of parents I see are not interactive with their kids. Like, I would say, like, they just give them the phones and have them be quiet.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I would say it starts at home more so. It's like when your kids are young, put them in sports, keep them outside, keep them busy instead of keeping them on the electronics. Because where else would she learn that from?
Exactly. Literally.
Where else would she learn that from?
Exactly.
I'm sure her parents don't be at home calling themselves young. And you never know anybody's living situations, but again, it starts at home. Like,
it's just certain things, and this again, I'm not judging nobody, but it's just certain things that it's just like,
you shouldn't be doing that.
Why? Especially we're in a school.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm the cool sub. They may curse here and there. Of course, I'm gonna be like, oh, language, watch your mouth. But I'm not gonna go to the extreme as most teachers would.
Yeah.
Granted, I was once your age. I'm not that old. Granted, I seem old now. Yes, I get it. But cool. Just don't violate. Yeah. So you saying that, what do you think I'm supposed to do? I'm your teacher in a class. You looked me dead in my eye and said I could do what I want. I'm a young hoe. What do you think? And then when you be like, okay, so now you got to go tell somebody. Now you got to tell vice principal, dean, or whatever. You're the bad guy. Of course, I put my head down. I shook my head and I walked through. I just didn't know. Whatever. Again, do I blame social media? In a sense. But it's just like, I don't know. You would think, what is it? What's the conscious, self-conscious, whatever the word is. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Put it in the chat below. I don't care. Pause it, flame me, do what you want. I really don't care. But dag, now I'm really trying to think of the word, and it's gonna bother me that I don't have it. Common sense. That's the word I was looking for, and I don't know where I was. Conscience, whatever. Anyway, common sense. I just feel like I don't want to say common sense is easy, but the world that we live in today, I just feel like you can have a grasp.
But one thing I did learn is that not everybody has the same common sense. Like,
that's true.
What's common sense to us is not common sense to other people.
But what's the basics of common sense?
I feel that, but that's what I'm saying. There is no basics. It'll be the basics in your mind.
I'm gonna tell you now. There are basics to common sense. Anybody who tells you differently is wrong. I don't care what nobody tells you. Who's like, I don't want to say Albert Einstein because he was smart, but I'm talking about somebody who's just like when they speak, you listen automatically. Who is that? I need an example for the example that I'm about to give.
I don't have an example.
Morgan Freeman. I don't know. That's the voice that I thought about. Morgan Freeman could come in here right now and could give you the best common sense in the voice or the eye of the beholder. No, I don't want to hear none of that. It's basic. Them kids walk in here right now. You know how we're shooting a podcast, cameras going, whatever. They will come in here. They will stand on the desk. F this, F that.
Yeah, but that's also like, that's not even common sense. That's just they have no discipline. Bullshit. And again, it all goes back to at home. If their parents are not disciplining them, they're going to go to school and think they can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want at home. They're not going to change while they're at school.
So you think, but again, how much blame are we putting on the parents?
You can't, you put, I mean, in that age group, you have to put all the blame on the parents.
Do you?
For me, kids, yes.
I don't. These kids.
When I'm around kids and I see how they act and they're young acting like that, it's like, excuse my language, but you need your ass whooped. And these parents are not doing that. Like some kids need a whooping to learn what they're doing is not okay.
I do think that's partially it. Another thing, and again, is media. Yeah. And that's why, again, I don't promote my music as much as people think that I do or as I should. And there's a reason for that. One, well, the biggest reason was the beats. I don't make music because I want to be the next like big rapper or anything. I just do it. It's a hobby that I have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not paying for beats like that because I'm not really marketing the music like that. I just had a producer because I used one of his beats. Just actually texted me on social media. Was like, yo, like you used one of my beats. He wasn't on no bad. Of course he wanted bread for the beat. Of course. But it's not like, it was a double-edged sword. It's like, dag, how did you find it? Because again, I don't promote it. The only place I promote it on is my main page on Instagram. For real. So it's like, dag, he really found it on my spam at that. So that was pretty tough to me. But it's like, I feel like the media plays a big, big role. Like kids don't even know. I had a kid today. He doesn't have autism. Well, not that I know of. Or anything, a disability or anything like that. But then again, he may. But he asks how to spell park. He's in 7th grade. Might be 12. 12, 13.
Yeah, and I do feel like in schools too, they're not teaching the kids enough. Like, there's no reason that kids still don't know what they're doing already at that age.
Right. So you don't know how to spell park, but you know the viral TikTok sound.
Yeah, no.
You know what social media apps is. They can tell me how to set up a Twitch, what PC I need, what camera I use. And again, I love it in a sense where I feel like your creativity and imagination, that's the pen to life.
Yeah.
For me. I can't speak for everybody else. Like 2026, I told myself I'm letting my creativity drive me the whole way. So it's like, am I mad at it? No. Is it a reason for it though? 100%.
Yeah.
But it's like, who am I to tell somebody don't post that on social media? Our whole conversation was pretty much grounded on post what you deem you want to post.
Yeah.
It's your life. Do what you want. But then again, it's ruining the minds of the younger generation. I don't feel like it's ruining the minds of us because we'll see something on social media that's crazy. I don't want to see it. It makes sense. Like, no, we're not. But to kids, it's the best thing they ever seen before.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you, shelter them from it? And again, I don't even want to use words like that because it's just like, when I'm not there, when the parents is not there, when they're in school, they're acting different. A kid today told the teacher, and I've never seen nothing like this. They're walking out the classroom. The teacher said, "What you say?" The kid turned around, looked the teacher and I swear, if I'm lying, I'm flying. He said, "You are a bitch. You are a bitch." Yo, he was going in on it. I'm like, yo, and it was a lady teacher though.
Yeah, and I do feel like stuff like that again starts at home because there's no reason you should be disrespecting elders like that. And my dad taught me that when I was very young. He didn't even have to teach me that. It's just like you don't have to be disrespectful. Yeah, that plays a part in common sense. But if they're not getting any type of discipline or learning anything, then they're going to take their own route. And that was the route he decided to take.
I mean, it's
very unfortunate that kids act like that, but...
And I do feel like word of mouth in retrospect, I think is a factor in media. It is a form of media, if I'm not mistaken. But I do feel like sometimes word of mouth could be better and worse than social media itself.
Yeah.
Like for social media, I try things that I post. It's not in black and white, but it's in black and white. Huh?
She said to wrap it up.
Oh, wrap it up. So to wrap it up, I do want to end it with this question. It's kind of a two-parter, but you can answer it in one part. So we've established the old Kiara and the new Kiara is two different Kiaras. The old social media Kiara is different from the new Kiara, social media Kiara. What's next for you? What can we see from Thugger K, Kiara Marie? What's next for you in terms of how you're portraying yourself to the media? Because that's how all of these people are going to have access to you, because I know you don't just allow anybody in your life.
Yeah.
So what can they see from that part? And do you have any advice you want to give, anything that you want to say to the Intrusive Thoughts world?
I feel like now I want to be more involved on my Instagram with what I'm doing. Like, nobody knows that I'm coaching right now. Nobody even knows I go to school here. So I feel like since I am accomplishing more, I want to just, like, not really, like, propose that to everybody, but propose it to everybody.
For sure.
Because I don't be on Instagram like that anymore.
At all.
Like, I'd be real low with it.
Especially your main.
Yeah,
I don't remember the last
I'd be
time.
real low with it. So when people see all this stuff happening, they're gonna be like, "Damn, like she was laying low for a minute, and she's accomplished like
For sure, I told
a lot."
you that.
Yeah.
I told you that.
So I feel like with that, that's how I'd go about it. And the only advice I could give to everybody is just be you. Like,
be you,
and stop trying to portray somebody you're not to please others.
Well, you heard it here from Kiara herself, Thugger K herself. You know what I'm saying? Be you. Thank you, chat, for tuning into this episode of the Intrusive Thoughts podcast. Catch us again for episode 3 very, very shortly. Oh, and go stream some B&B DJ.
Yes.
Go stream some B&B DJ. Thank you.
I just told her, play on my face. Whenever we fuck, keep my hands on the waist. When I'm giving out game, niggas copy and paste. Every day like my birthday, I run up some cake. I put on for my niggas, I see why they hate. Only fucking these bitches, ain't doing no day. She can't know where I live, take her back to a place. And my whole European, she not from the States.